Okay, so boom, welcome back to another fucking episode, man. It's a beautiful Monday morning. If you woke up today, that means you're blessed. Congratulations. I know I've been slacking lately. All the energy that I usually put into these videos, these vlogs, has been put into being a dad. So ain't been much time beyond that. A dad and a great partner. Shout out to my baby moms. I love that lady. So as you can see from the title, it's story time. I plan on doing a lot of these. I kind of like the title, the idea, a lot of stories I could tell. So story time, man. Today's story is finna be about Deontay Dockery Marshall. Yeah, that would be me. And I had this idea, right, where I want that name to be like glorified, you know, like to be remembered instead of this character that I created, Clutch 3D. Cause like, I just feel like when it's all said and done, that's gonna have more value than this. Cause I'm a good dude. Like I'm gonna accomplish a lot of things. I try my best to be a good dude. You feel me? So I don't know. I would just rather Deontay be remembered than fucking Clutch 3D. Cause at the end of the day, that's a character. For clarity, that's a character. It's an artist. It's fantasized. That's not a real human being. Deontay is. So boom. So born in 2001. All right, so I'm gonna try, because I could go on with this story for quite some time, but I'm gonna try and like summarize it and hit the most important parts. But boom. So I was born 2001, Mansfield, Ohio. It was middle class. You feel me? Mom and dad. My dad made like 40K a year. Supported a family of 4. It was like, okay, so it's like my mom, my dad, and me and my brother. Me and my brother Dustin. He's like 3 years older than me. I'm 23, he 25. I'm about to be 24. I think he about to be 26. So I guess 2 years. I don't know, somewhere around that. I think that nigga 25. He gotta be. But yeah, so I do got a brother, older brother, Darius, and a sister, Destiny. But we was kind of it's like an age gap. So like Darius and Destiny grew up together, and then me and Dustin grew up together. And it's crazy because like, I don't know, it's I'm gonna get real personal with this, but like, I had it good, for real. Like, I was a baby child. I had it good. So I didn't see what like my brother and my oldest brother and sister seen. I guess they kind of seen, they had it a little worse than us. So I can't tell their story though. You feel me? I had it pretty good, so I can't have too many complaints. But yeah, so born in Mansfield, Ohio, middle class, mom and dad. My mom and dad did good, man. My mom stayed at home. I mean, she had to work some jobs here and there, but she was mainly just making sure the house was clean, the kids was fed, ready for school, that type of shit. You know, stay at home mom, that average lifestyle. And before anybody say anything, because I was kicking with someone the other day, and I was like, I thought you done smoking. I am done smoking weed, but I'm gonna smoke tobacco for the rest of my life. And it's crazy because I picked up these vapes. And the reason I picked up these vapes was so my clothes didn't smell like tobacco when I picked my son up. And that's a good point, right? Like, and because I got a new car and I can just smoke in that bitch. But I just didn't want every time I pick up my son, I just be like, wow, his face is in a face full of tobacco. So that was the reason I stopped. But now that I've smoked these bitches, I'll basically be having the whole living room fucking hot box with vape air. So it's like, what the fuck? I didn't really solve the problem. And I've been trying to keep my shit moisturized, but these bitches really fuck your lips up, man. I was eating a burger the other day. Mention I've been smoking Black & Milds for like 5+ years. Never had this problem in my life. Don't get me wrong, I don't do the best lip routine, but nigga, I've been doing the same routine forever. And it's been working until picked these bitches up. I ate a burger, opened up my mouth, I said, ah, nigga, my shit cracked open and started bleeding. From this bitch right here, dog. So I'm finna put these bitches down and go back to the Black & Milds. But so yeah, Mansfield, Ohio, 2001. Mom and dad, middle class. Me and Dustin. We was always raised on the south side. And I will say, I don't have too many memories of being young. A lot of this shit is like hearsay for real. Cause I don't know. No, not hearsay, but like a lot of this shit that I went like I don't know. But so 2007, my mom and dad used to argue a lot. I was like they stayed together, and I had a dad in my life, and I appreciate that. I had mom and dad together, and I value the fuck out of that because I know a lot of motherfuckers don't got their dads. I did. So, but they argued a lot. They never really got along. I never really seen a healthy relationship. And now that I'm an adult, they split. I think that was the goal, stay together for the kids. And then once they all are adults, move on. I don't know if that's the plan, but that's how it worked out. And now that they is split, I feel like they should have been did that shit because I haven't seen either one of them argue and pissed off and angry as I used to as kids. Maybe it's because they older and they don't got the energy for that. But nah, that's not it. Because if they was together, I promise they'll find that energy. But they should have been split. I'm happy they stay together for the kids, but they are both in better headspaces now that they're not together. But in 2007, they moved. Me, my brother Dustin, and my mom moved to Florida with her like boyfriend. And more of the story, that shit didn't work out. The nigga was a dickhead. So we ended up like damn near stranded in Florida for a little bit. And then her dad came to save us, basically. So we was in Florida. He came and picked us up. And then we was in Alabama for a little bit. And then we came back to Mansfield. So 2007, I'm like fucking 6. I don't really remember that shit for real. I don't remember that shit for real. It's 2010. We had these cousins, Richard and Earl. We was dumb close, and then we had these other cousins, Justin and Jeremy. Them was like my closest family, I would say, like outside of immediate, but we was dumb close to them. Justin and Jeremy stay in Tennessee, so they always come down there in the summer. That'll always be the man, the summertime was the best, but they'll come down during the summer. And all me and my cousin, we used to just damn near play the game all day, for real. Me and, with Richard and Earl, we used to do like sword fights. I know that shit sounds kind of sus, but not like with actual swords. Like maybe sword fighting in the basement and shit. So that was cool. And then we would play like this one game. What is it? It was like worms and maggots or some shit. It was kind of like hide and go seek or cops and robbers in a way. I can't really remember the details. All I remember is that it was always unfucking fair because it'd be me and Earl, the youngest, against Richard and Dustin, the oldest. So that's unfair. But we would always lose. I remember that. We would always fucking lose. But yeah, I was super close to my cousins. We would always we was outside a lot, for real. I was trying to make it seem like all we did was play the game, but we was outside a lot, for real. But if we wasn't outside, we was inside playing the game. We used to love them games, dog. We would play them games a lot. But that's what, we used to play the game, man. We used to play the game. And back then, I always thought I was going to be a gamer. I used to really enjoy the game. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a gamer, for real. So 2010, I'm like 9 years old. In 2007, my dad's brother, Clyde, had died. So that was kind of hard on him. I said like 2009, Nanny had died, somewhere around there, 2009. If it wasn't, I can't remember if it was Nanny or if it was Aunt Joyce. But no, it was Aunt Joyce. It was Aunt Joyce because Nanny died in like 2002, 2003, around that age, somewhere around there. But about 2010, basically, everyone that I had lost ever was already kind of gone at a young age. So Nanny was gone, Clyde was gone, Aunt Joyce was gone. And then once Aunt Joyce died, like the whole Justin and Jeremy kind of, it wasn't distant, but it was just a little less, just cause like, I mean, they had to deal with their young things. But so like 2011, we got 2010, that's when we was all dumb close, playing the game, playing outside and shit. And then 2012, I'd say 2010, 2011, that's when my sister had got me into gymnastics. So, because one day I was doing a backflip outside on this tree stump we had on, Dale Ave. On Dale Ave, there was this tree stump. There was this fat ass hill. We used to always jumping with our bikes and shit. But sometimes I just do backflips off that bitch. And she saw me doing backflips off that bitch one day and was like, yup, you're getting in gymnastics, kid. So, got into gymnastics. I was always a talented kid, for real. I always had talent. I always did, I always will. But, so I got into gymnastics. I met a couple, you know, friends and shit. That's where I met Samara, R.I.P. to her. She was a really good girl. She was a fucking dog at gymnastics, too. So I got into gymnastics. 2012, 2013, I started skateboarding. And you see where that's all it's gonna be with me for life. Gymnastics will too, but skateboarding really got my heart, man. That shit really got me through some hard times, kept me out the way, out the streets, man. Motivated, good shape. Shout out skateboarding, man. And I feel like it's really some shit that's really missing. Like, I could really go in depth, like, but I will say my younger ages, it's like, I don't really remember most of that shit. I don't know why. It's like, I just draw blanks for a lot of that shit. But yeah, in 2013, I started skating. I really started skating because of Dustin, my brother. Damn near everything I do now, I did because of him. That nigga was like my idol for real. I basically just looked at all the shit he did, figured out how I could do it better. Not figured out, but thought like, not even really like that. It's not even like that. I just saw the shit he did and I wanted to do it too. So he started skating, so I started skating. That nigga started making music, I started making music. But that's a little later in the show. But anyways, 2012, 2013, I started skateboarding. And then in 2014, that's when I met Michael Dodd. And that was my very first best friend. You feel me? That's my nigga for real. That's my ace. I still kick it with this nigga to this day. Like, that was my first friend. And I'm gonna always remember that for my kid, because I was like 13, 14. That's when you growing up. That's as soon as you start growing up. Because once you expand outside your family, your immediate network, that's when you know you're growing up. Because now you're no longer looking at your loved ones for approval. You're looking at the outside world. And that's a quest. That can go a lot of ways. It went great for me, but for some people, they picked the wrong crowd and it goes very left. But I chose right. But so that's really where, like, it wasn't all good, you feel me? Like, we was doing a lot of stupid shit, but we started skating, and then skating kind of is not the best crowd. It's not like some thug-ass niggas, but it's a lot of druggies and alcoholics and hippies and da-da-da. So when we first started skating, it was like, oh, avoid those people, you feel me? Those are the people we don't want to be. I was really big into being above the influence when I was a kid. Y'all remember them commercials? It's crazy how I don't see them bitches no more, but them commercials used to play all the fucking time. Every fucking time, every show, every channel, it don't matter. You see them bitches all the fucking time. I was really a big advocate for that shit. Above the influence used to be it. But, so yeah, I met Michael in like 2013, 2014. And it was like 2014. So I met Michael, and that's where like the whole character shit started. For real, for real. Not like when we first met, but like I met Michael, and then after I met Michael, I met Jordan, and then Ashton. Actually, it was Blake. I met Blake first, damn near, I want to say. And then it was Michael, and then it was Jordan, and then it was Ashton. But that's when friends start coming about, you feel me? Start making friends and building connections and becoming a kid for real, like a teen, an adolescent, whatever the fuck, you feel me? So I met Michael, we started skating, and then it was all good at first, and then I said like 2015, that's when niggas started drinking, partying, and doing drugs. That shit came quick, and then that's when the character arrived. It was Roger at first, or Lil Tootsie, whatever the fuck niggas call me. It was Roger, and then came Clutch, and now we're here. But 2015, that's when niggas started becoming cool too. I don't give a fuck who you is. If you went, 2019? If you went to Mansfield Senior High from 2015 to 2019, you know who the fuck we are. Because we did a lot. Like, we was really them niggas, man. We was them niggas, man. It was good times. Enjoy your high school years. Don't be in no rush to grow up, because once you grow up, man, it's all on you. I don't know why people in no rush to grow up. Shit not easy, man. I know I'm on the way to better days, but them high school years was it, man. You ain't gotta worry about bills. You ain't gotta worry about what to do with your future. It's just have fun. Like, fuck the grades too, nigga. We was just having fun. Now, don't get me wrong. I wish I'd have really locked in and focused on some shit, because I'd probably be rich as fuck by now. But nah, man, we just had fun. We had a lot of fucking fun. A lot of parties. A lot of dumb shit, to be honest. But it was fucking fun. I remember this one time. There was this pool. It's Liberty. And it's crazy because I wasn't even with Michael when this happened, but it's this pool. It's Liberty. It's closed. They got a diving board. We're all drunk as fuck. We snuck into the pool at night. And we was just swimming in that bitch. And then it was all fun and games until I had the bright idea to jump on a diving board. And I remember we was in there for a little minute too. Like, it was cordial. It was no problems. And then the second I'm on this diving board, as soon as I left that diving board, wheel, cop lights, nigga. It was crazy. We sprinted out that bitch so fast, we didn't get caught. It was fucking hilarious. A lot of good times, man. A lot of good times. And then 2016, I threw my own party and started selling weed. Thought I was the biggest trap nigga in the world. So I started selling weed. 2018. Damn, I had notes to 2016, but it's fresh in the morning. I gotta get to work here soon. I'm kind of free balling from here. 2016, I threw my own party though. That was for my 15th birthday. Imagine that 15-year-old throwing a party. I got hella bottles in that bitch. Hella bottles and bitches, nigga. What? 2018, that's when I lost my sister. So I'd say like from 2014 to 2016, I was kicking it with anybody and everybody that I could fucking find. Like, nigga, what? If everybody was on the same page. We was all doing the same dumbass shit. The 2018 hit, when my sister passed, I hit the whole family. And that just, like, it really tightened me as a person, and it tightened my core group. And, like, I don't know, man. You really find out who with you when you down on your ass, for real. Long live Destiny, for I miss her every day. But that's when, like, I was doing a lot of drugs too. So I stopped doing drugs like that, for real. And I just started, like, drinking this a lot, too fucking much. Oh, I'm still not drinking and smoking, by the way. But I started just drinking a whole fucking lot. And then, yeah, man, I started kicking it with just my homies. It wasn't like, it wasn't just anybody and everybody. It was just people I fucked with, like Michael, Jordan, and Ashton. Like, we just really got tighter, man. And in 2019, that's the year I graduated. Oh, in 2018 too, once my sister passed, I really realized, like, I gotta get the fuck out this city too. So moving out of Mansfield always been a thought of mine, but in 2018 it really, like, defined it. Like, yeah, it's nothing in this city for me. It's nothing here but drugs, for real. It's nothing here. So I really started plotting up how the fuck I'm gonna get out of here. And it's crazy because everything kind of just fell in place. It wasn't like I made this happen. Like, I just was like, oh yeah, let's move to Columbus. It was more me getting promoted on my job out of the blue and then picking Columbus. But in 2018, I really realized I had to get the fuck up out of that city. I couldn't stand it no more. 2019, that was my graduating year. Graduated from high school, out of high school. And I will say, it's like 2015 and 2016, my homies was with me in high school. And then 2018 and 2019, they all kind of went to homeschooling. And I don't know, it was just me. And I wasn't really fucking with nobody, so it was just me and them always on my dolo. That's when I kind of became, like, I don't know, I just, like, kind of a kind of sadder version of myself. Like, a lonelier version of myself. I didn't have my peoples in school with me no more. That's when the idea of me just being with me kind of slightly kicked in. It didn't really kick in until I started living by myself, but that's when it kind of settled in. That's when Leaf Ward was fucking banging, nigga, what? But 2019, I had to start coming up with my own ideas, and that's when I graduated from high school. Out of high school, I went straight to college. I went to Mansfield OSU for like a year and a half, and then COVID hit, and we got to part two of this shit. But no, not really. Okay, so COVID hit 2019, and this is an excuse, okay? But and it's an excuse, but it's damn near a valid ass excuse. So COVID hit. It's 2019. I made it through my first semester with some decent grades. It wasn't nothing too special. I can't remember the GPA exact and whatnot, but it was mid. I was passing, you feel me? But the only way I was passing is because I was staying after class every fucking day, getting instructions from my professor, hands-on, one-on-one, every day. Like, I was really putting the work in to get these mid-ass grades. That shit was not easy. But in 2019, after my first semester, like, COVID hit. So, like, I will say, me and Ashton, I went to Fiorentina. We was on vacation. We was on vacation type shit, yeah. I don't know, in my head, no one really knew what was going on because we was kind of on a break. So, it was like, classes, the whole start date going back to school had kept getting pushed back. And was like, damn, is school ever gonna come back? Like, what the fuck? It was COVID. Like, if you lived during the times, you know it was kind of a time of uncertainty. I'm talking about this shit like it's the plague, but nigga, it was a crazy time. We didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. In my head, I'm like, shit, fuck it. Dairy Queen high end across the street, nigga, let's just start life here. Shit. But so yeah, I ended up going back to school, and it was homeschooling though. And I'm a hands-on nigga. I'm literally laying in bed, taking classes, college courses in bed from a fucking laptop. You expect me to really take this shit serious? No, nigga, I was knocked the fuck out. I couldn't stay after class and get extra tutorings because it's from a fucking Zoom call. And these professors, these niggas wasn't prepared for this shit neither. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. So I'm getting half the instructions, half the education for the same price. I felt like I was being cheated out of my education, for real, no cap. But again, that's an excuse. If you really want some shit, you go get it done. I guess I ain't wanted enough. I picked a bad time to go to school though, so I dropped out. 2020. I was just kind of, figuring it out. Like, all right, I wanted to go to college. I wanted to do business management because I know I'm gonna start a business one day. So once that shit really take float, you feel me? I'm not just drowning in the ocean, nigga. I know what I'm doing. But that ain't work out. I had to come up with a new game plan, start jumping job from job. I was doing anything and everything, nigga. I'm talking anything from the dollar store to DSP. So, yeah, it was a time when I was literally working at the dollar store. I would get off of work from the dollar store and go from Mansfield. I would go straight from the dollar store to Ashland in a piece of shit, fucking beater ass Nissan Altima, bitches down to one leg. I don't even know how the fuck it made it there, but I'll go straight from the dollar store to Ashland to go wipe ass. Like, it wasn't even worth it. The paychecks wasn't worth it at all. Yeah, so job to job. And then I say like 2020. See, I used to have screenshots of the exact dates. I can't remember. It was like 2020 or 2021. Here's what happened. I was at Walmart. I was working at Walmart on Cap 1. And the bullshit is, when you see Walmart associates, they're not doing shit at all. They're not doing anything. They're fucking putting shit in a fucking, like, stocking aisles and shit, stocking groceries. Easy ass work. So I applied there, which sounds like a good idea, right? So I applied there, and then my luck of the draw, they're like, you want to do Cap 2? I'm like, fuck yeah. Not knowing what the fuck Cap 2 is basically, if you've ever worked at FedEx, it's basically FedEx. You unloading the truck all fucking day. That's it. You're unloading the truck. And it's Walmart trucks, nigga. It's Walmart. They get buttloads of orders and buttloads of shit all the time, all around the season. It was fucking hard. It was hard work for real. It was so hard work that my improper box lifting ass ended up getting a hernia. So I'm working at Walmart, working my ass off on these boxes, unloading these boxes like a motherfucker. Unloading these boxes, and then at the same time, my brother is working at the Dustin. My brother Dustin is working at the same Walmart, and he working for OSL. And OSL is basically my lottery ticket for real. But so he working at OSL. I remember that this was the day I determined I can't do Walmart no more, and I got to find something else. And it just so happened to be OSL. Dustin ended up getting me hired in there. But so I'm working there. Our mom came to see us one day. So my mom and him is chit-chatting. This nigga shitting off, getting paid more than me. Shitting off, shit, giggling, laughing his fucking ass off. I'm running back and forth, unloading this fucking truck with this damn dolly and this fucking, man, it was whatever, I can't even remember what these shits is called no more. The little crankers, a lift, whatever the fuck it's called. I'm unloading this truck, running back and forth, trying to get a break in. But you know, I'm a boss man, like, no, nigga, keep working. So, watching this nigga shit off and giggle with mom while he getting paid more than me. So I'm like, what the fuck? This don't make sense. Underpaid and overworked. Don't ever be that. Underpaid and overworked is what I was. And that's where I'm at right now, for real. But anyway, so I'm like, damn, I gotta come up with a new game plan. I gotta find another job. And then my brother was like, come check out this OSL. I think this is like 2020. This is probably like 2020, 2021. And I don't know. It might have been 2019 because I went there for a good year. But anyway, so he ended up getting me hired in there. Started working there, and it was my first sales job. And I didn't know what to expect. So it's a sales job. You just talk to people all day. I never did that before. It was my first job, and I will tell you what. If you can endure it, sales is the best fucking job. It's really the only job you should work. And it was my first step towards realizing the rat race of an hourly job. Because an hourly job is fucked. Do not work an hourly job. I'm working one right now because I had did sales for fucking 4 years straight, and I got tired of that shit. Because once you start mastering sales, you start realizing, like, damn, I could do this with my own inventory. And that's what I'm starting right now, is building an inventory of phones that I can sell myself. But anyways, let me slow it down, right? So I started working for OSL. I started selling these phones. This is probably 2021. I do this shit, and the goal of this is to get a district manager. He said, you get your sales together, 6 months from now, you'll be a team lead. A year or two from there, you'll be a district manager making a $100K salary. So I'm like, that sounds like a good ass fucking game plan. So I do that shit. 6 months go by. I'm under the shadow of Dustin fucking Marshall, who's slinging out 80 fucking phones a month because he's Dustin and I'm not Dustin, I'm Deontay. So I'm under his shadow. So although I'm performing far above par, I'm not performing at Dustin's level. So at 6 months, I didn't get that promotion, but I kept pushing and I got the promotion at a year. First, it went from, I was at Ontario at first. Let me think. No, I was at Mansfield at first. I was at Mansfield OSL at first. And then some shit happened, you know, shit happens. But I ended up, they was trying to fire me. But my brother is my brother. So he's like, nigga, no, that's not gonna happen. He figured out a way for me to go move to Ontario and still work. So I just got kicked out of that store. For ripsticking on a break. What the fuck? It was a little more shits than that. But that was the main thing. That's what really got me under the fucking heat. Is that I was ripsticking on a break. Out of uniform. I'm professional, but I'm a customer at this point. I'm not even an employee. Anyway, so I get kicked out of that store. I go to Ontario. And if you from them areas, you can just tell the difference. It's Mansfield versus Ontario. And I'm trying to sell something. It's white rich folks in Ontario. And it's average Joes, average niggas like me in Mansfield. So I was already doing good in Mansfield. So once you put me in this environment that's way more popular, nigga, I was turning the fuck up. My sales was turned, nigga. I was going crazy. My paychecks was too nice. Too nice. I ended up making less as a team lead once I got my promotion than I was as a mobile expert because I was selling so much. But anyway, so I get promoted, and then they're like, we got this position for you in Columbus, man. And then I moved to Columbus, and that's where we are now. And we just hit the 30-minute mark, man, but I'm gonna keep going. It's a little bit more, and I might as well finish it off. So boom, get promoted. I make it to Columbus. It's 2020 fucking 5. This is crazy. It's time flies. But anyways, it's 2025. I've been here for 2 whole years. 5. So 2023 or 2022. I'm gonna say 2022 because I'm going on 3 years here now. That's when I moved here. So I moved to Columbus with OS Sales, 2023. And they put me in charge of Hilliard, London, and Bethel. Them was the 3 stores that I had. So with a mobile expert, your job is to sell phones. That's what you get paid off of, is how many phones you sell. As a team lead, you get paid off of how many phones your associates sell and the numbers that your store produce. So you can see the difference. So I was easily making way more money as a mobile expert than I was as a team lead, and I was working way more as a team lead. But anyway, so boom, take over these 3 stores. In the beginning, I had this district manager who was just, I guess, rough around the edges. She didn't give no fuck. She was cool for that shit though. She was cool peoples, man. She was nice as fuck. I was fucking with her. So boom, I got speed it up. Boom. So I'm doing these 3 stores. They're all understaffed. The only one that really stood afloat was Hilliard. The other ones was shit. I started doing that shit. I'm like, what, 2 years deep into OSR at this point. I ended up losing the store. So now I'm down to Bethel and Hilliard. Because Lewis Center, I just lost that store because I wasn't performing good enough. Then I'm at Hilliard and Bethel, 2 years deep into this job. And then I got fired. I got fired and it was a huge misunderstanding too. That's the shittiest part, right? So in Ontario, there's this thing called claims, where if, say, a customer rips open the charger, a fucking cell phone case, right? If they rip open that cell phone case before they buy it and just leave it in the aisle, you could put it in claims, and then Walmart still get money for it back at the end of the year. I was taught that by a Walmart team lead. So they told me if I need to use anything out of the things, the shelves, just put it in claims, we cool. So I do this same shit in Hilliard that I was taught in Ontario, and they fired me for that shit because I was stealing. So I get fired from there, and then I gotta find another job. I'm bouncing through sales gig because sales is where it's at, man. That's where the cheese at, for real, for real. If you want to make some money on a job, do sales, because hourly is not it. Here's the thing. You are limited to how many hours you can work in a week. Maybe you get some overtime. Okay, cool. But with sales, I could make 10 sales in one fucking day, and I just made an average nigga whole paycheck. Literally. I'm not bullshitting you. Nigga, sales is where it's at. It's unlimited. There's no limit. The only limit to your sales is you and the crowd you're engaging with. But yeah, man. So I fell in love with sales, and then I started doing sales gigs. I ended up getting with these, this is what, like 2024 at this point. This is last year. So look, we almost in the present times. All right, so boom, I did this Obama phone gig, where the free phones on Obama joints, nigga, they be paying bucks, nigga. But this is the first time when I got into a sales job that didn't include hourly. Most of the time you get like a shit hourly just to put the icing on the cake, and then you get a great commission. But this time it's nothing but commission. So you really gotta be a salesperson. You gotta really know what you're doing. Cause some days I was, not really, nigga. I was making great cheese with them Obama phones when it was at its prime. So I'm with Excess Telecom. We was getting like $20 a fucking tablet. And then, it was like $18 a phone and $20 a tablet. So it was days I was banging out 15 fucking phones, and like, nigga, all I say is there was a day I walked away with $600 in cash. That's not even including the $400 that's going towards my paycheck. Nigga, it was like 800. It was like 800 in one day. And I'm doing the same thing the next day. But, good times, good cheese. So, fired from OSL, went to the phone shit, and then with Access Telecom, I was making the most money I'd ever made with any job in the fucking world. I was doing hella fucking shows. I was the king of the fucking world, for real. Hella cheese, hella shows, hella everything, nigga. It was an eventful time in life. And then that's when shit really hit the fan. Nigga, what? After that, I didn't get fired, but we got laid off because with Access Telecom, there was somebody on the other side of Ohio that was making hella fraud. They was doing Access Telecom plus Access Telecom. So they was doing T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T, all the free versions, but under one person. So they was squeezing the lemon dry. So if your name's Eric Johnson, I will put Eric Johnson under carrier A, B, and C. So if I was making $20 a phone, normally I just made $60 off of one person. That nigga was getting paid for real. But they ended up catching on to that shit. They closed down Access Telecom. So then we had to move to Access Telecom. So I got laid off from Access Telecom, crashed my car, and I'm in a city with no family. Ooh-wee, hard times. So no shoulder to lean on, no car to get me where I need to go, and no job to put food in the fucking fridge, nigga, or pay the bills. Man, so boom, we don't give up though. I was just jumping on the bus, nigga. Jumping on the bus. Ended up finding a new job at Subway that kept me afloat for a little bit. But when I was doing this Subway gig, I'm about done. But when I was doing this Subway gig, I would take an hour-and-a-half bus there to work for an 8-hour shift, and then an hour-and-a-half bus back. That's a 12-hour shift, and only getting paid minimum wage for 8 hours. That was 12 hours of my day for an 8-hour shift at minimum wage. So I went from making the best money I'd ever made in my fucking life to the bottom of the barrel off the bus. It was straight from the top to the bottom. Oh yeah, by the way, my first year here too, I was out west in the bottoms. Like I had a roach infestation like crazy. I didn't even mention that. So my first year, there's so much I didn't mention. This is again a summary of my life, but my first year here, I had a fat ass roach infestation. So it was real bad. It was real, real bad. I don't miss that. I don't even know where that just came from, but yeah, so came from the very top, making the most money, having the most fun, doing whatever the fuck I wanted, to crashing my car, getting laid off. And having the stress of knowing I got a kid on the way too, like that did not help at all. But yeah, that was 2024. So after I got laid off and crashed my car, I ended up getting my shit together right towards the end. Clutched it all back together. So towards the end, I had started this job at the Y. So it was like consistent cheese. That was nice. And then I got my car. So that's where we are now, man. Now it's 2025. Just started this clothing brand. About to get this LLC. About to build up this inventory so I can start selling phones again. But this time it's going to be my own phones. Son's doing well. I'm doing well. About to head my ass to work right now. And that's where we at, man. If you make this far, man, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Till the next one.